Does the Pope pay taxes? In 2025, this question is more interesting than ever. Most people assume religious leaders are completely exempt from taxes, but the truth is way more nuanced than you think. If you've ever been curious about how religion and taxes intersect at the highest level, this is the video for you. But before we jump in, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this wealth building information. First, what is the Vatican? The Vatican is a sovereign state. It's not a church, it's an independent country, the smallest in the world, located inside Rome. The Pope is the head of the state, which means he functions like a monarch or president than a local priest. Because of this unique status, Vatican City has its own financial and legal system, separate from Italy. Does the Pope personally pay taxes? You're probably wondering that. As of 2025, the Pope himself does not pay personal income tax because there's no such tax in Vatican City. Vatican City doesn't tax its citizens or residents in the way most countries do. The Pope needs are met by the state. Housing, security, transportation, and other costs are covered by the Vatican's budget. So technically, Pope Leo, or any other pope for that matter, doesn't file a personal tax return like you or I. But you're probably wondering, what's the Vatican's money? Where does it come from? The Vatican still has financial obligations, especially outside its own borders. It generates income from donations, investments, museum admissions, and real estate holdings around the world. When the Vatican earns its money in other countries, like rental income or investments, it may owe taxes in those jurisdictions. So while the Pope himself doesn't pay taxes personally, the Vatican's operations can still pay tax subject to international tax rules. Now for the juicy stuff. Tax transparency and scandals have been all around this topic. In the past, the Vatican was criticized for lack of financial transparency. There have been scandals involving hidden bank accounts, money laundering, and misuse of funds. In recent years, including 2025, the Vatican has made serious moves to clean up its image, implementing stricter financial controls and cooperating with international regulators. This push was started by Pope Francis' broader mission and will be brought home by Pope Leo to bring in accountability to simplify the church's finances. When you think about the Vatican, they have to have agreements with other countries. The Vatican has special tax treaties with some countries, including Italy. These agreements often exempt Vatican entities from certain taxes, provided specific rules for charitable operations are followed. For example, Italy exempts many churches' properties from paying property taxes, but only if they're used for religious purposes. Properties used commercially, like hotels or bookstores, are often taxed like regular businesses. Interesting, huh? You might be wondering how the church funds itself. Today, the Vatican's annual budget is surprisingly lean compared to other nations, but it's still in the millions. It relies on global donation like Peter's Pence, investment income, and service revenue to operate. Financial management, my friends, includes everything from maintaining St. Peter's Basilica to running diplomatic missions and supporting churches worldwide. This system is why financial oversight matters so much and why tax questions are relevant, even for a church. Now, you might be thinking, what about priests and bishops? Do they pay tax? While the Pope doesn't pay taxes, Catholic clergy living in other countries usually do. Priests, bishops, and cardinals often pay income tax in the countries where they live and work. Their salaries may be modest, but they're still considered taxable income under national law. So it's not that the church is tax-free, it's that the Vatican City operates under unique international rules. So where does the future of religious tax policy stand? As global scrutiny of wealth and tax equity increases, religious institutions may face more pressure than ever to disclose and reform. In 2025, there's growing debate over whether tax exemptions for churches should be limited or redefined. Some argue that churches with large commercial holding should pay their fair share, especially in real estate markets. Whether or not that affects the Pope directly, it will shape how the church manages its global finances in the years to come. When you think about it, my friends, and as we bring it all together, what did you learn? The truth is the Pope doesn't pay income taxes because the Vatican City doesn't require it, but the church still operates within the global tax system. From foreign investments to local properties, the Vatican's financial footprint is vast and complex. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, hit the like button, subscribe for more unique tax stories, and drop a comment with what surprised you the most about the Pope's taxes.